So how is it going, Dank Division? Danked in here to pretty much cover the mid-season update for Warzone. And a bunch of you are probably wondering, why the hell am I sitting on the loading screen? Well, to put it bluntly, Raven Software really, and I mean really, does not know how to just simply, instead of listing their guns as Assault Rifle Echo and all this other bullshit, can't just simply say the Vanguard bar. So, for visual representation reasons, we will actually be showing you the weapons that will be getting nerfed. But first, we're going to be talking about the playlists. So, going into this week, the week of January 13th, they are going to be updating the playlist with something a little bit different. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Plunder is pretty much going to be going the way of the dodo for a little bit, being replaced with Vanguard Plunder. Now, for this time around, they're going to be running Vanguard Plunder Trios, in which case you will only be able to use Vanguard weapons and Vanguard stuff. Meaning, it's pretty much going to be like Vanguard Royale or Vanguard Resurgence, but instead, Plunder. Now, some of you might be wondering, well, what about Battle Royale? Well, the good news is you won't have to worry about Battle Royale being strictly quads. Battle Royale will once again be solos, duos, trios, and quads, and you want the most ultimate win of all time. Most of you are pissed off that Rebirth Resurgence has pretty much been trios or duos and occasionally quads. The second this update goes live, Rebirth Resurgence, for the first time I think I've ever seen this, duos, trios, and quads. You want to run a team of 2? You can. You want to run trios? You can. You want to run a team of 4? You can. For the first time ever, that feels fucking amazing. Now, as you can see, you already see the playlist for next week. Again, it looks like they're going to be keeping Vanguard Royale in a rotation of whether or not they're going to be using quads or trios. Battle Royale is going to be, as of course, solos, duos, trios, etc. They're going to then change out Vanguard Plunder in favor of Plunder going into next week. And of course, Rebirth Island, it looks like they're going to be keeping quads and alternating between trios and duos. Now that, honestly, I'm not complaining. So, there are a couple of bug fixes that they fixed. The most important ones, of course, being several issues that have been causing Xbox and PlayStation platforms to crash. So this includes, stuff with the PS5, the Xbox Series X, etc. They also fixed an issue with the packed powder attachment, where it was increasing the, multipliers. They kind of fixed that. They fixed an issue where the double barrel, where the Akimbo gun perk was not properly decreasing damage. They fixed an issue with the submachine gun alpha, or, as I said before, they really, and I mean really, don't know how to just simply show us what that gun is. Submachine gun alpha, where its VDD 189mm short barrel was incorrectly affecting locational multipliers. They also fixed something with one of the assault rifles, of course, being the bar. What did they do with it? Where the SVT-40, the 3 to 6 scope would envelope the screen while firing. They also fixed collision issues, again, pretty much allowing players to exploit, peek, and shoot through things. Fixed an issue causing players to return from the gulag with an incorrect loadout. They also fixed an issue causing players to get kicked out of the gunsmith screen while accessing custom loadouts during the match. Gets better. They also fixed an issue causing incorrect visual assets to appear for certain store bundle previews. You know which two I'm referring to. They fixed an issue causing incorrect description text to appear for certain operators. Fixed an issue causing placeholder text to appear below cross-platform friends on social media. Fixed an issue causing placeholder text to appear on various calling cards. Fixed a bunch of other stuff. Yada, yada, yada. Now, there are a couple of known issues that they have not yet fixed. They have one where if you hit the Xbox home button twice while in game, it may cause your game to brick. So for those of you wondering if you should hit your Xbox home button twice, don't hit your Xbox home button twice until further notice. So, more importantly, let's also talk about some of the man, the myth, the legend, the stuff that we're going to be seeing which means I'm going to scroll right into a private match so that I can showcase as many weapons as possible. Yada, yada, yada. And going right into it, the weapons. So, of course, we have the well gun. Now, while I can't show it to you on screen because it's not yet in Warzone, it will be dropping. This thing is a fucking menace. Beautiful, beautiful, heavy full auto SMG with lethality and range for short and medium range engagements. There are definitely attachments that you can throw onto this bad boy in order to pretty much guarantee your ability to challenge people at long range and quite possibly build yourself the perfect sniper support weapon or turn it into the ultimate hipfire. Now, why don't we go down the assault rifles and go straight down the list. The STG had its visual recoil decreased. We have it that, of course, towards the bottom we have it that the automaton had its visual recoil has been kept the same while the recoil has been decreased. The recoil deviation has been decreased. Now the AS-44, its initial recoil as well as its recoil deviation has been decreased. Continuing on, we have it that the NZ-41 recoil deviation has been decreased slightly, while the recoil revamp now occurs one bullet later. Now, I'm looking at a couple of you who have been wielding this wonderful little shotgun, the A-horn revolving, and have been decimating people. Well, there's one little problem. The hipfire spread has been increased ever so slightly. Now, some of you might be wondering, have any attachments been toyed with? Well, yes. So, first, the Cooper Carbine. One of the things that they ended up toying with, of course, was the compressed rounds. Now, how this worked was that it increased the fire rate while toying with the accuracy. So, how did they mess with you? The horizontal recoil control has been decreased by 1.04 down from 1.05, and the visual recoil has actually been decreased slightly. So, let's just say it works in your favor a little bit. The next thing that they ended up toying with was, of course, going back to the STG, the barrel. Of course, they ended up toying with the VDD, the longest one, in which case the visual recoil has been decreased. And that also goes for the Cooper Carbine. You have that for the Cooper Carbine. They ended up with the 22 Cooper Custom. The sprint to fire speed has been decreased ever so slightly. You also have it that they nerfed, or at least it sounds like they nerfed, one of the LMGs. Now, for those of you who have been enjoying the Bren, yeah, there's a couple of problems with that. The nice little barrel, you know, the one that damage does not diminish over range, it no longer removes damage fall off. So now they're going to be negating the damage fall off. So yes, you will have it that damage will drop at a certain point. Now it's going to multiply the damage range instead, and the horizontal recoil is going to be increased ever so slightly. Now, continuing going through pretty much the patch notes, you have it that, of course, the MP40 now decreased its hip fire accuracy by 6.4%. Now, some of you might be wondering, okay, have they done anything with the double barrel shotgun? Well, it sounds like with, of course, the wonderful perk. We all know the perk. The Akimbo perk, they're going to be making the hip fire accuracy even lower. Is going to be decreased by 40%. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now, I'm going to let these kind of scroll by. It looks like they toyed with a bunch of the magazines, a couple of the muzzles, and a bunch of other various things. Nothing really too crazy, but that's pretty much all the nerfs. But more importantly, when this update goes, we are going to be seeing Isabella Rosario do Nguyen Reyes will finally have her bundle dropping. Now, more importantly, you know what? I'll save the Attack on Titans bundle for when that drops. I will roast it. I will roast it to my heart's content. But for those of you wondering the size of this update, It's only 5 gigabytes, which overall, it's not bad. And with that being said, hopefully this helped you guys out. Again, the only reason that I decided to do this video showing off the guns and showing actually what's getting nerfed is because, again, Raven Software doesn't know how to actually cover patch notes and just simply say the name of the gun. Would rather instead have it that they tell you, oh, Assault Rifle Charlie, and then you have to scroll through every fucking gun to find it. Fuck that. I made your life just a little bit easier. So, with that being said, if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to drop a like, click that subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. What are your thoughts on these patch notes in regards to Season 1 Reloaded? What are your thoughts on the Welcome? Once it actually drops into Warzone, how do you feel about it? Do you think it's actually good? Do you think it's overpowered? If it needs a nerf, where and how? But more importantly, to all of you out there in the Dank Division, you guys have a wonderful day, night, whatever you're doing. Do it wholeheartedly, and of course, as always, this is Dank Dan, signing off.
Get them to hit that subscribe button, Dank. It's the only way we can figure out the numbers.
15.
What do the numbers mean, Dank? We're wasting valuable time.